Hello, hello. I hope you are ready to get dragged. I'm Anna Rumor with PopCulture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from comicbook.com.
And this is Dragged. Here we offer our unfiltered opinions about Drag Race because we are two superfans who are what? Sickening. I'm changing it up. Nick, right across the top of the line, what did you think of the episode?
I'm all for it. More dancing, more lip syncing, give us everything. I'm waiting to see what the rest of the challenges are, but I'm all in. How are you feeling?
I'm good too. I was excited that we concentrated more on the dancing this week, although it felt a little similar to last week. I want a design challenge. I want Snatch Game. I don't know if we'll get those things, but I'm really looking forward to see how this progresses.
I agree. I want, like we said last time, I want more of that comedy. I'm looking for more of that comedy.
I want the laughs. Where are the laughs? No. There were some performances that were pretty funny this week.
Absolutely. Like Chicklefie started things off with On the Floor, J-Lo. Great song choice, with the whole J-Lo get-up look, and I was all in.
It's tough to beat 𝐒𝐿𝐴 in the actual Versace dress, but I thought Chicklefie did a great job. She brought the sexiness, she had some dance moves, which, some of the competitors didn't have as much dance moves going on. So I thought she did a great job. I
agree. And that's definitely 𝐿𝐴𝐏𝐿. I feel much better saying it this week. Last week I was like, maybe, but I'm like, okay, that's definitely 𝐿𝐴𝐏𝐿.
1000%. My 𝐒𝐿𝐴 senses were tingling extra hard this week.
So what did you think of Electra Owl, though?
Okay, so Last Dance, canonically in Drag Race history, is a really important song. And it's a tough one to take on if you're someone who is just doing drag basically for the first time. Mm-hmm. I thought she gave it her all. There needed to be a little bit more energy, a little bit more lyrics there for me, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. That little oomph, right? Mm-hmm. She did a lot of the park and bark, which is fine for the pageant queens, but for someone in a competition for charity, it's like, maybe there's a reason why she ultimately went home, I believe. Yeah. It was good to see her give it her best.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, you just need a little bit more in the eyes, I feel like, if you're gonna do the park and bark. But she looked fabulous, so there's that. But love the dress. Also, was it ironic that she sang Last Dance and it was her last dance?
I mean, she was feeling it. She was definitely feeling that was her last dance. So. Yeah.
She's embracing the true meaning of the song, America.
Now, Thievery Von Trapp, I was very surprised to see her in the bottom two.
Me too.
Especially because I'm a big Dua Lipa fan. So Physical, I was already completely in. And Thirsty, she worked in a reveal.
Yes.
And so it's she clearly went the extra mile. So I was surprised to see her in the bottom two. I don't know. What did you think?
I thought the star quality was there. Maybe the dancing itself wasn't there as much, but it's so tough to critique on the dancing because they are getting this, choreographed for them. It's not them making up this dance themselves like a regular drag queen would. Then maybe I could be like, well, you need to toss in a whatever. But when you're just doing the moves, it's a little bit tough to critique as much,
I agree, but we'll see what she's got next week. I'm excited to see that. Millie Von Sunshine, that was the big game changer for me. I was completely into the wedding story and the full pageantry of it. I was like, this is drag. This is drag.
Okay, here was the thing for me. I love the storytelling, very funny. It's a good story. For me, it was tough because I was so distracted by her makeup. It was too much, so I couldn't even really see her mouth as she was lip syncing. Or am I being picky?
No, they said she had a glitter mustache, and when they finally
Yes.
zoomed in, I was like, oh, okay, it's an exaggerated face. But before, I agree, it was like static from
Yes.
our perspective. So
Yeah.
I get that, because she's serving face, and it's tough when it's so covered, you know?
Yeah, and again, it's not her fault. She didn't do her own makeup, so it's like, who am I critiquing here? I don't really even know.
Right, and that's the other thing. That's the one thing I keep thinking about. Like, who designs the looks? Who, you know, we know it's a team that does the entire process, but
Right.
who ultimately decides what each queen is going to look like? I wonder if they have a say in things. With Chakra 7, she like looked completely different than last week, but it was also giving me Fabulosity vibes, because we just saw like a very colorful dress and the same big hair. It was kind of the same color scheme too. I don't know.
I wrote down that she was giving me the Barbie cakes. I don't know if you really wanted a Barbie cake when you were a kid, but the ones that had the Barbie in it and then they ice it around, that's what her dress looked like to me. And I mean, I loved that, but that was the vibe for me.
Definitely from Thirsty on, I was like, okay, let's get the episode rolling here. Like Jackie Wood.
Yes.
So Jackie Wood was in the bottom last week. She did Pump Up the Jam this week, and it's good that they give her a lot of props. She's very good at using props.
I loved the prop work. It was a really fun performance. I don't know how much dancing there was going on, but I enjoyed every moment of it, and that's got to count for something.
Yeah, I think, like, the props did their job this time. Like, last time, I think they set her out with, like, a juice box. And it was like, oh, the idea was there, but this week, okay, it all came together. It was like, oh, let her use the props during the performance. And,
let her use the props. Oh, also, I think I know who she is. I'm pretty sure this is Tom Felicia from the original Queer Eye.
Ooh,
the
that's
hair
gonna be
matches, the voice matches. I think the Carson reveal would be fun.
That is going to be fun. I hope you're right. I don't. I feel like I said last time. I feel kind of goofy. 'Cause I don't know who any of these people are, even though they're showing off more and more each of them each week. So I don't know.
It's tough. Well, it's tough unless you're actively scouring the internet for it, like I am. But I feel like Tom is a go-to. I wonder if Carson if it is him, I wonder if Carson recognizes him and is kind of playing dumb to let it be fun, or if he has no idea, because that would be hilarious either way.
I don't know, because I feel like either they're told beforehand or, you know, they see him at basically the same distance that we do during the performances. So, you know, it's hard to tell, especially when we go back to Millie Von Sunshine and the face is so...
What is going on? I had no idea with her. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where the mouth is, where the eyes are. It's like one of those fish in the deep sea.
Now, the one queen that I am, like I said, I am completely all for. Can't wait to see her in the finale. Donna Bellissima. Now, she is the total package. You know, she's got the comedy, and this week she brought like the fierceness, like the confidence was there. The whole like taking off her shoes and like getting away with it, first of all, right?
I was gonna say, if you're gonna take your shoes off on Drag Race and get away with it, that is proof you're a star, because that is number one. And that was so fun. I mean, what was it? Mambo Italiano?
Yes.
Tough song to lip sync, unless you speak fluent Italian, which I don't know if this celeb, Damien from Mean Girls, does. I don't know.
If not, she faked it well enough to where I was like completely sold. And like I said, it was the full package, the full performance. I can't wait to see her in the finale. She's my pick to win. But I don't know. We mean this stiff competition, right?
It is.
Poppy Love, who exploded onto the scene last week.
Yes.
Here she does it again. Like, oh my
God. She's good. She is good. I'm even more convinced that it's AJ from the Backstreet Boys now that I see the face a little bit more in this week's makeup. She dedicated this to her daughters, who are big burlesque fans. And I was like, number one, great parent. I love that. That's amazing. I wish my parents let me watch burlesque at a young age. It would have changed the trajectory of my life dramatically.
Oh, I would not be sitting here talking to you. Let's just say that, right?
We'd be on the stage. We'd be taken to the stage. But her performance was amazing of Show Me How You Burlesque.
Yeah, and she certainly showed us everything.
Oh yeah.
There were no secrets to reveal after that. No, absolutely not. But yeah, it was very impressive. The runs too, like keeping up with the runs while she was dancing. So it would make sense that she was a Backstreet Boy because the lip syncing, the dancing while performing, the energy, the character. Poppy Love, winner twice in a row for a reason. So I don't know. We'll see her in the finale too. I bet. There's no
1,000%, 1,000%. And also, I mean, this is a conversation for a different time, probably. Are boy bands just drag queens in a different form? Because they mostly lip sync and dance around in over-the-top costumes. People want to know.
I mean, Backstreet's Back video, right? So if that's not camp at the very least, tell me what is, right?
She's just a powerhouse, dancing on the chairs, the reveal, hard to beat. And no one did beat her. And then in the bottom, we get Electra Owl and Thievery Von Trapp, which you said you were kind of surprised about. And so was I. Who would you put there instead?
I thought it was going to be Jackie Wood again.
I thought so too.
Like I said, I was very into the props, and it was a fun performance. But in terms of like dancing, I thought it was a dancing challenge. Who's to say, right?
I'm sorry, I thought we were getting more dancing, not what was it, the jazzercising? No, but
right.
I get them not wanting to do the same bottom 2 weeks in a row though, just because it's kind of boring. So maybe that's a little production tomfoolery, but I get that.
Yeah, I mean, and Jackie Wood's fun, so I'm fine with that. So but Electra Owl going home made a lot of sense. By the end of her lip sync, she was kind of just on the floor, and it was clearly like she no longer wanted to dance. So
honestly, a mood. You make me do a whole dance routine, and then you make me lip sync to Shut Up and Drive, which is gonna look foolish to anyone who's watched Drag Race. I mean, Alyssa Edwards and Tatiana, it was not. Sorry.
I mean, it's a hard song to follow up.
Impossible. Impossible. One of the most iconic Drag Race lip syncs of all time. They're making these 2 people in the bottom just go out and do it. It's like the second time they've ever put on drag before. It's tough. It's tough to do.
It is tough. And did you expect her to be Taylor Dayne? I did not. I did not see that coming. I don't know.
I haven't thought about Taylor Dayne in a while. Not because she's not amazing, but I kind of forgot that she was out there in the running,
That is very fair. And so I guess doing it for her charity made her come out of her shell for this one. But kudos to her. Very, the fact that she did this for 2 weeks is still doing it 1 week and knocking it out of the park is a big deal in of itself. Getting to 2 weeks, it was her time. She was done with it, and that's fine. I'm fine with it, and she was great.
I agree. I mean, she did a wonderful job. Again, this is their first time ever doing drag. They're put out there, they're given Jamal Sims and said, learn this dance basically 2 weeks in a row. Put on all of his stuff, put on these heels, put on all of his makeup and the girdle and get out there and do your thing. So that is not an easy task. If you made me do it, I'm sure I would look way sillier than everyone else on the screen.
Absolutely. I could not do this at all. I couldn't put on the heels. I just could not do it.
I know. I did love, just as a side thought, I did love Donna talking about how she was self-conscious in her lower heels than the rest, because I saw some fans dragging her for those little kitten heels the other week.
Yeah.
And what do we want? These people to twist their ankles? They don't know how to walk in heels, let alone dance in it.
No, like I would be out there in sneakers. Come on,
right.
like let's cut them some slack, okay? Like, this is fun. Secret Celebrity Drag Race. This isn't All Stars winners. Okay, let's tamper it down a little bit, everybody. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We got 𝐒𝐿𝐿 out there in those shoes. Maybe I would have a bit more of a comment, but we've got someone who's maybe never worn heels in their life. I'm I'm not going to criticize.
Right, exactly. I'm not out there, so...
No, this is for charity. And half the charity is us getting to watch it. I'm really enjoying this season so far. I'm looking forward to the next week's episode. I hope we get a little bit more variance in what we get to see them do. Maybe not, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's more dancing. So maybe...
well, you know.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. Hey, let's do it.
These people can't sew a dress. I can't do it either. So, you know, we'll stick with the dancing.
Right. It's already enough to ask them to put on everything to go into full drag, and then to dance for 3 weeks in a row. We'll see.
And you will too if you come back and join us here on Dragged. It airs every Monday, and we're recapping RuPaul's Secret Celebrity Drag Race, and we're having a ton of fun with it. So thank you so much for tuning in.